I ran this 340 grams, which is a 12-ounce bag of coffee, through my DF64. I went to a grind size about 80, which is pretty coarse. I don't know if you can really see how coarse that is. Maybe don't want to spill it. There you go, maybe a little closer. Pretty coarse. So I put that in the filter bag. Some people wet the filter bag beforehand, but it's gonna get wet when the water hits it anyways. And then they're underneath here. So I should probably, now that I think about it, wet the filter that's in the bottom of the Toddy. Always be sure that your stopper is in there nice and tight. You don't want any leakage. And this is the filter. This has been used several times, so it's not as white as it came when I first got it, but since I have water right here, I'm just gonna soak it in here, get it wet, just like that. Make sure it's totally soaked, and then put that in the bottom of the filter, in that circle there. Kind of push it in there, just like that. And set that down, and then, oops, handle fell off, so I just kind of push that back up. Put the coffee bag in there with the coffee. How to open it up with your hands there so that when you get ready to stir, everything gets stirred properly without puncturing a hole in the bag. Although some people do it without a bag, but I usually use a bag. I'll get to that point where I can't get a bag, then maybe I won't. But for now, I'm using a bag and some kind of a stir stick. Or you're just gonna wanna gently stir it. I've got one of these long ruler sticks that I've been using. So once you get the water all in there, I put it in a little at a time and then saturate the beans totally. So this is 7 cups of water. I'm gonna move the bag around until they're all wet. Not sure what got chopped off, but I had an alert on my phone. So if you didn't see what I did, I poured 7 cups of water into the bag. And as you can see, it's already nice and brown. So I just twist the bag, fold it down, and it comes with a lid. You put that on, and in about, depending on your strength that you like, 12 to 24 hours. I tend to keep it in there about 14 to 15 hours. So tomorrow sometime I'll transfer it into my Toddy Coarsely. But that's how I make my iced coffee. And this will last us. It's concentrate, so you just add a little bit to your ice, and if you like it with milk or sugar, make your iced coffee with it. So that's how I make my iced coffee. Again, it's 340 grams of coffee, coarsely ground. I used my DF64 at a grind size of 80, and I used 7 cups of water. So if you want it a little not so strong, you could probably use 8 to 10 cups of water. So when I make it by the glass, I'll tend to probably, depending on the strength, I can always adjust it in the cup as I make it. But I tend to use coffee that's not, specialty coffee, just ground coffee or whole bean coffee that I buy, either that sat around for a while and doesn't taste as good as espresso, so I tend to use that for my iced coffee. So I hope you enjoyed. Have a great day. I'm saying it's time for some coffee. This has been sitting since 2 o'clock yesterday. It is now 7 a.m. the next morning. So what is that? It would be 17 hours later. So I'm gonna have to set this down to get the plug out, and we will watch it drain. Let me set this here real quick. plug out. There it goes. Little drip there. And we are off. That will be some nice coffee, I think. And it doesn't take too long, but I'll let it drip. It's like watching water run. Black gold. Texas tea. And it usually fills, I want to say just above the word, but we're gonna find out. And as you can see, the liquid is going out. And I just usually press on it when it gets to the point where it doesn't look like it's dripping anymore. But that's the fun part. And I think the filter is just easy cleanup. If you had no filter, you'd have to, of course, get all the grounds and rinse it out of the container. So that is my process of using the Toddy. It will last about a week. Depends on if we have it every day. I have to be careful. If I drink a cup every day, I get a little too jittery. But my husband might, and with the both of us drinking it, it won't last long. So maybe just at the words Toddy, it'll probably stop, or just above it. Still streaming, but I usually use like a potato masher or something like that to press on it, or even the bottom of a big cup would work like this. Might use the bottom of that just to push down on the bag and let it all come out. Yeah, I guess not even at the middle. I might let it sit here for a little bit, but see, it's already stopping the dripping. Just putting some weight on it with the cup. Get as much out of there as we can. When I let up of the cup, it stops dripping, so just make sure we get all that out. Actually, when I look in there, though, there's quite a bit of liquid still there, so we're going to let it drip a little bit. See all that liquid? So that's my process, guys. Just get a glass with some ice and be done. Okay, we are going to mix this together. We've got some extra creamy oat milk. I like a little bit of hazelnut in my iced coffee. Of course, a glass of ice and the concentrate. So I first put in my syrup. That way it mixes well when I add the other stuff. I do about an ounce. Could do more if you're a sweet person, but with the amount of milk that I'm going to add, this should be fine. And I usually add the coffee first, so I'll show you how much I add. That a little bit. I like the spout because it pours nicely. We've got about that much concentrate. That's what I do. I'm going to say it's probably a little over an ounce. Don't usually measure. And then the rest is the oat milk. Oops, dripped it out the side. And then I stir it with a spoon. Where'd the lid go? There it is. syrup together. Might add a little more coffee when I drink it down. It's a little light. Probably okay. Wipe that off because I dripped it. Real life here, guys. Okay, let's taste that. I could use a little more coffee. A lot of oat milk in there. Whoa, and that's real life too. I need to drink it down to add a little bit more, but for now, this will be fine. That is how I make my iced coffee in the mornings.